like myself. It was very fun. And I think that was the brightest part about it. A lot of new faces, a lot of guys' first college game. And it was an awesome show for us to not have played the best we could have played. So, I mean, you come out of that film session pretty excited, I'm sure, like Coach Riley and Coach Mitch both said. So I agree with that.
You said right after the game maybe it's the rush lanes got you guys on a couple of the plays. Is that essentially what you saw in the film?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, whether it was the defensive line as a whole or maybe one or two people, I mean, it's not necessarily on them or their fault or anything or our fault, but that's just something that we have to be more cognizant about when we're playing quarterbacks. I mean, like I said, we'll probably play maybe one quarterback that's not as mobile, but all of them that we play, it's college football, so they don't just sit back there in the pocket all day. And the more pressure we dial up from week to week, they'll learn to have different escape plans and stuff. And a lot of these quarterbacks are very, very good at running, so we got to be very smart at how we rush them. Obviously, be aggressive, but be smart at the same time.
Coach Riley mentioned after watching the film he was impressed with the push that the defensive line got. What were your impressions after watching the film? I know only the 1 sack, but 7 tackles for loss. How excited were you watching the film, seeing that push that Coach Riley talked about?
Yeah, that was I agree with him. We definitely want to get to the quarterback more, do more sacks. I can't believe I missed the sack opportunity, strip sack, but that's still been eating me up. But I'm gonna definitely make up for it. So I'm gonna have to run this interview back. But the D-line definitely we studied well. I think that was probably the biggest thing that stood out to me during the game, because you don't see a lot of stuff till after the game. But during the game, I felt like myself and the others, we definitely studied well through gaps. We didn't really become block madness a lot, so I think that's just the biggest thing, that they harp on us a lot, and that's something that we did pretty well.
Were there guys that didn't really show up on the stat sheet on the line that made your job easier?
I don't know. I don't really pay too much attention to the stat sheet for real, but I know for a fact that Barry, KB, having them guys in the middle, Stanley and Elijah, the freshman, a lot of them guys. I can't think Jack maybe was at the time, I can't remember, but a lot of them guys that eat up the middle, man, they make it very easy. They make the running back bounce it a lot. Obviously, quarterback escapes a lot, whether it be to my side or the other side. So, it was definitely some guys that made some impact, whether they were on the stat sheet as much or not.
You got a pretty good shot on Cordero. I'm just kind of curious, in this day and age when the quarterbacks are so protected, how do you gauge that? Like when you know you're about to get there, are you even thinking about?
I don't think about that at all. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm just thinking make a play. So when it comes to the rules and stuff, I know how to play the game. I know how to play it smart. So I just go hit them, let the refs do what they do. Because I just seen a lot of plays that have the same exact ending as mine. Literally, we had a game last year where I was playing, and the guy did the same thing, and he got called for roughing the passer, I think, because he rolled all the way down with the quarterback, or it was something he did after the play. But with that, you can't think about that so much, because then it slows you down. I want to make sure I'm playing fast, because that's the best way I can help my team. So I can't be out there thinking too much, and the same with everybody else.
Coach Grinch talks a lot about getting takeaways, no takeaways for the defense this year, or that game. Like, how much has that been a conversation since?
Like I said, get to the quarterback as well. There's been two things, not only for myself that I've been eating myself up about, but the defense. We've just been keeping that focus. I'm not really getting down on ourselves, but just making sure that becomes the main thing. Because at the end of the day, we can go 3 and out, and we can shut somebody out. But if we don't get any takeaways or sack fumble, or sack maybe, but we don't get a sack fumble or some type of turnover, then we don't really help the offense out that much. So I think that could just help our offense out, who's already potent enough. They can help them out that much more.
You guys were kind of struggling a little bit with run defense in that first half on one side. It seems like you made some pretty significant, adjustments in that second half. What did you see as far as just kind of improvements, just in that game as far as containment of the run, both the quarterback, running back, what have you?
It's just all about playing together. You say we were struggling at first. I just think it's all about us trusting and playing together with one another. And like I said after the game, think about how many new faces are on that defense. And it's not making an excuse for us, but I'm just saying, I know how tough it is, no matter how much talent you have, to be able to gel with the team. So that was our first game, and I think despite 4 or 5, maybe 6 plays, we held pretty solid. So I just think that it just comes with learning to play well with one another, and that's something that we work on a lot during practice because to become a good defense or great defense or a great team or great offense, you got to play together. So that's just something that we'll be better at.
I think you've got a unique perspective because you're a veteran and you've played on both sides of the ball. How do you feel like the new rules with the clock affect you guys as a defense? Does it change much? Maybe make turnovers all that much more important because the game is going faster?
Yeah, that's crazy you said that because I sure thought I was tripping. The game did seem like it went super fast in the first half. But and turnovers are important regardless. I mean, whether they added time or took time off or changed the rules, whatever the case may be. I mean, turnovers are the main thing, and we have to keep the main thing. So, to answer your question, I mean, yeah, it definitely makes it more of a priority. But that's our top priority, anyways, to get the ball back to the offense.
Thank you.